Hello and welcome to Dario's Tabletop, and today I present you a very special game, Bold Action Escalation League Game 2. It's Partisans and Italians versus Americans and Soviets. So we're painting up our armies, and today we're gonna play 450 points, but paired with a partner, so we're roughly 900 points. And I'm bringing Partisans with Thrucks, and it's gonna be an amazing game. There's much to learn here, much to see. It's maybe not the best battle report, but you will learn a few things about what we brought and how we painted it and how the game went down. And this one, I don't want to spoil it now, will be a banger game. So I'm bringing a very fluffy list, and I want to also test the Recce platoon. Yeah, because I'm just curious, what can the minis do? These are Wargame Atlantic Partisans, and these Partisans, because today I'm playing on the Axis side, have a bit of support of the Germans. And so the Germans, with their splintered troops, gather the forces what they have, and we will try to win against the Axis. So let me show you the armies on display. If you want to hop right into the battle, check the timestamp down below and enjoy this beautiful, beautiful match. Right now I will go into the armies and what I brought. So I brought a rifle platoon with an inexperienced officer. I will show you that guy in a second. Here he is. He has an SMG. I have to model one, but this guy in theory has an SMG. He's inexperienced. And then I brought two trucks. One is with my rifle platoon. In my rifle platoon I got, as you can see, 7 men regular Partisans. With one LMG, the rest is all rifles. Well, let me show you. This is what I brought, like just so you can see, like they look beautiful. Then I have a light mortar. Light mortars are amazing. I would say bring one and just start dialing in on fixed positions or something that you want to move or something that you want to harass. This is a perfect harassing unit. You will see how I will use this in a second. It's inexperienced, so no spotter, and it's not super survivable. I brought an AT gun, and I'm following here what Bo Mortensen said. He said, bring an inexperienced officer, bring an MMG or a 5-man squad with an LMG, then bring a light mortar, and then bring an AT gun. And those 4 together will support each other and will also support probably the unit you want to hit with. And I want to hit the enemy with trucks, and those trucks carry 7 guys, and those 7 guys are equipped with 6 SMGs and 1 rifle. Maybe 5 would have been enough, and 2 sacrificial rifles, but I wanted to max out on SMGs and I wanted to punch really hard. So these are veterans. Sadly, these veterans have no special ability, no fanatics, no stubborn, no something special. Usually, if you load up your trucks, you want your partisans, you want your veterans to hit very hard with a rule that supports the veteran and that supports the SMG. But that's what I got, and that is what I'm using. So no Panzerfaust, they are just for show here, but 6 SMGs and 1 rifle. In this truck doesn't have Recce. This one is just to run up the board and then to unload the package and hit something very hard. But then the Recce platoon brings 1 officer, 1 truck, and this truck has to have the transport capacity for the units that goes in this one. Both trucks are inexperienced, and I yeah, that's it. And then I put one officer in it with an SMG and inexperienced, so that the truck benefits from the morale bonus when it comes from outflank. Partisans have behind enemy lines, they don't care. They don't get the -1 from outflanking. And then you can also snap to, not from outflank, but once you're on the board, you can snap to, you can support your troops. If they get a pin, the officer kinda can buff them up. So these are my 7 SMG guys. As you can see, these are partisan troops who have German support, and 1 rifle. This one will hit pretty hard later in the game. So then Berkan brings his first 450 points of Soviets. He's having tons of fun painting them. He brings 1 Komsomolet transporter, 7+, 6 seats. So he puts, I guess, 1 officer and 5 SMG body armor dudes in here. I'm glad he didn't bring flamers. I guess next time when we play 600 points, we will bring flamers. I know I will. Then I guess a regular guy, or maybe inexperienced, with 2 SMGs. Then a heavy mortar with a spotter, and then 5 guys with double LMGs, and 7 guys, I guess, with 1 LMG. And here you can see, beautifully painted. It's pretty frozen up where these guys come from, and yeah, that's what it's about, to have a great game, to paint your minis in a way that you enjoy them and maybe your opponent enjoys them. And we had a great time playing and enjoying the minis and the tactics, and right now I would say bolt action is pretty hot. So yeah, beautiful, the heavy mortar, just beautiful. So my partisans have a rule that infiltrators cannot be put on the table. No snipers, no infiltrate units, no spotters. So turn 1, you will have to march on the board with a heavy mortar and march on the board with a spotter. This is the battlefield, and it's beautifully made. Right now in the Escalation League, I know it's not historically correct, but everybody has his or her army. And when we play on the weekends, or when we meet once a month, not everybody can come. So this time we're just 2 versus 2 players. And this time it's my partisans and Rhino's Italians versus Alex Russians and Mario's Americans. And we kinda started attacking the farm, or the Allied started attacking the farm. Then they got driven back from the farm, and they got driven back to Brügge, as we will see in a second. And so this time we're trying, or the Axis are now pushing towards the city, back from the farm, pushing towards the city. As you can see here, a shallow river with some mission markers, and they're trying to get back to the city. And that's the mission for today. And the allies will try to defend the city, and the mission markers are 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Each mission marker gives 3 points, and then kill points in addition to that. As you can see, I brought some farm animals just for decoration. If you shoot through these, you get soft cover, but I guess today we said just for decoration, but still they look kind of cool. This one stands terrain, and yeah, you can advance through the shallow river, no problem, but you cannot advance here where the hedges are, just at the points where the mission markers are. And here, beautiful houses, chocolat, Menier. And I think you get to see the Italian forces. Yeah, Rhino brought his Italian forces. The Italian forces have the special rule that the enemy cannot enter, can only advance into the board because it could be mined, and cannot run into it, and a lot of other special rules that I will go into when they come up. And then again, these guys, the Ethiopian ones, are inexperienced and they have tough fighter. And the black shirts, they are regular. And when shot at, they have to test. On a 1 and 2, they become shirkers. On a 3 and 4, they become regular. And on a 5 and 6, they become fanatic. Yeah, that's what we have. And then Reiner brought also a sniper right here, an artillery observer right here, and a light mortar right here. And that's pretty much it. And I guess an officer and his buddy. As you can see, we want to go to Brügge. We come from Gent, and the American forces are also here with a heavy howitzer, a 3-man light mortar, 2 officers right here. Here's Major Winters, and then here we have Air Force, Rangers, and a paratrooper squad. They will para-jump over the map. I will show you in a second. So the Fire Lady will have its fire of baptism of fire, and a beautiful centerpiece. It will do its work, but will also harass it a lot. Beautiful officer who claimed already a Luger and doesn't want to give it back. A 3-man mortar, very survivable, kind of cool. I don't know, when I saw it the first time I thought, okay, a 3-man mortar, I don't know if that's good, but it's kind of cool. Then this squad with a light machine gun and a BAR, I guess 2 Thompsons, 2 rifles, and then a 6-man squad with all rifles, or I guess the officer has a Tommy gun, a BAR, and then rifles. And these guys who will parachute have 3 Tommy guns and 3 rifles, like really, really cool. And then Major Winters to kind of buff the morale of the troops and try to keep everything under control. So turn 1 begins and infiltrators are getting put on the table, but just our infiltrators, since my Partisan rules forbid that the enemy can put down some infiltrating units. And here the Italian artillery observer is getting down. We are now in Altair, and a sniper is put down in dense terrain overlooking much of the street. And then turn 1 begins and the Italian light mortar runs into the map. I said to my Italian buddy, maybe you don't want to run it, but he said no, I have to go ahead and be already in range. If somebody wants to shoot at me, shoot at me. Then the American the American light mortar comes in, can only advance 6 inches. Nobody can run this turn from the enemy. And so they try to dial in on the sniper, but as you can see, a few, I would say 5 to 6 inches, maybe 4.5 inches short. So I draw 2 dice, but I go down with my truck and down with my inexperienced officer. And so the Russians are joining in, and everybody's hot. Americans coming in, advancing, giving off a few shots with the LMG, but luckily do not hit our light mortar. And then the heavy mortar comes in. The heavy mortar coming in and yeah, kind of overlooking the whole field, and hits HE3 will be a menace. And what I do is I run in with my light mortar, and as you can see, I position it right here. I'm on the opposite end of the heavy mortar, and I will start dialing in on the heavy mortar with my light mortar. I will harass the hell out of it, and we'll see how it goes. But it's good to be like a little sting, a bee sting in something that costs definitely more points. Then, as you can see, the Russian transport with the SMG body armor veterans comes in, and like everything is positioning, double LMGs coming in. And my partisans, I keep them. I could have run into the dense terrain because first turn the partisans can have fieldcraft, so I could have run in, but I don't want any pins. I don't want to risk anything. I'm playing this very cool and level-headed. I want to win this game, and so behind this building on the river there is the mission marker. I want to hold it, I want to grab it, and with these guys I want to support the truck that will come from outflank on the right side in on turn 3. I got another truck, and this I would have loved to commit both on the same flank. I would have also loved to advance this over the bridge, but yeah, there were just too many enemy troops, so I tried to run it behind the building. As you can see, I did advance it or run it. I did advance it on the street and then parked it here behind this dense terrain. But here's an LMG and here's a Russian LMG, so it's not easy to hide. Like the map is just today very sparse cover, so it's very hard to hide this truck. Maybe I should have put it into reserves, but Berkan shoots with his LMG guys at the truck. I'm behind dense terrain, he can just see the tail of my truck, and I think with 4 shots, like he shoots 8 shots, he gets 4. I get a bunch of cover saves from hard cover, but he manages 1-6 in, and so I lose 1 guy from disembarking. So the truck already turned 1. Maybe I screwed it up a bit, but yeah, I just wanted to get my veterans into dense terrain as far as I could. And behind this building, right here behind this building, there is one of the mission markers on the river, so I want to keep an eye on that, and if I can, I will bully maybe the heavy mortar or something like that. So this is what happens. I lose 1 guy to a wound, and this guy also survives, and we're in dense terrain. So not a great round, but I will get better. I will play this list. Yeah, then turn 2. The dice are already in the back, but I want to show you how end of turn 1 looked from the Allied side. So they had all their troops behind, coming onto the board. 6-inch advance is very nothing. As you can see, they're pretty boxed in, pretty slow, and yeah, not really able to move. So really good rule from the Italians, and yeah, just came in 6 into the board. That's really nothing. So, and this is what it looks like on the other side. And yeah, so artillery strike comes. Reiner rolled the first time, it was a 2, but he's Italian, and the Italians have the same rule as the British. They can roll again, so he rolls again, he gets a 6, and I think he has 5 to 6 inches on his artillery strike, so a pretty massive artillery strike on all of these guys. And as you can see, they get all pinned up. 3 pins here, 1 pin here, another pin here. So we're kind of happy with how it went. I'm pretty happy that the transport took 3 pins, and Berkan takes out the first dice and activates his heavy mortar. He's starting to dial in on the 10-man squad of Ethiopian troops because he can see them and he wants them gone. And I advise Reiner to go down. Some people will say, okay, on a 6 you get hit. It's very unlikely, but if he would have hit these guys, yeah, I think HE3 would have claimed a lot of lives. I don't know, let me know. Would you go down? Would you stand up? Anyways, the light mortar advances and starts dialing in on the heavy mortar, and so the fun begins. The howitzer activates. Okay, you can see 3 pin, but Sergeant Winters is right here giving his +2 morale bonus, so it's really just -1 on an 8 up, but they don't make it, they go down. So the anti-tank rifle starts to shoot, and I'm giving the Russian transport another pin, and also giving all of the troops inside of this also another pin, which is really good. The Italian sniper shoots. I know you can read run, but it shoots and it fails. Only a 1, trying to shoot Sergeant Winters. Here I get shot from the double LMG Soviets, and I go down because this turn I think there's not much these guys can do. I mean, I could advance out, but it's nothing in reach. I could run out, but then all the allied troops will just shoot them to bits. So I go down because now they have a Terminator safe. They are in dense terrain. They are down. Only on a 1 they die, and this unlucky dude rolls a 1. So yeah, they kind of get bogged down, but they also draw a bit of fire. So the Italian black shirts have the time to pick who they want to shoot at, and they shoot at the US airborne, and they just put on them 1 pin. Keep that in mind, just 1 pin, not much more. My partisans advance now into the building and claim, I would say, La Finestra, the window in Italian, and they shoot out. They, I don't know, put a pin on the light mortar, and the light mortar, as you can see, is dialed in on a 5 on our Italian sniper, and they want to shoot, as you can see. But yeah, we'll see. They shot, but they missed. They advanced here and they shot at our sniper, and I put a pin on them. Now Mario is using his paratroopers in round 2, and he wants to calm them down on a mission marker on the river, and I think he put it down here, and we, the enemy, can turn the dice 45 degrees if I'm not wrong, and then this is how the parachute goes. It goes like, it's scattered 4 inches, just 4 inches. I wish it would have scattered more, but it scatters just 4 inches, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 guys in a line. I think within 1 inch. This one seems a bit far apart, but as you can see, he lands on the mission marker, and he's also in proximity of my veterans. This will be a very, very cool situation in the next turn. So it is the next turn, and what happens? This guy's standing in the river, claiming the mission, and yeah, Sergeant Winters, what is he gonna do? So Berkan seems to draw the first dice, and he fires again, but as you can see, my light mortar and the Italian light mortar already dialing in on these dudes on a 5-up, and like really harassing the big boy here. They're dialing in again, hitting on a 4, and I think he misses because I have no recards, and then luckily I draw a dice. I do a snap 2 with my officer and with my veterans, and as you can see, I approach through the ruins outside, and I put 2 pins on these guys, and I use, I don't know, 5 SMG shots and 1 rifle shot, and this guy also has, sure, he's modeled with a pistol, but he has an SMG. I put tons of shots into these guys. They get 2 pins, but they lose just 2 guys. I kind of underperformed with the... I kind of hit, but I didn't wound as many. But also, it's very hard to wound veterans on a 5-up with small arms fire. Maybe for veterans you should bring something with penetration, maybe a flamer, maybe a mortar, maybe, yeah, something with penetration. So the Italian sniper tries again to shoot at this beautiful redhead, but misses again. These guys, I think, want to activate. No, they do activate with a pin. They want to stop my light mortar from harassing the Russian heavy mortar, and I go down because I have nothing to lose. These guys just cost 20 points. They're unexperienced. They're just here to harass the enemy. So I go down, and luckily they make, as you can see, all of their cover saves, or a bunch of their cover saves. Well, I don't know what I roll here, but I don't know. Then these guys want to activate and they roll an 11 and they go down. That's just how it goes. This is how it goes in bolt action. And these guys want to activate and they finally do. Because they have 2 pins but an officer nearby. So they are hitting they're hitting on a 4 because they are shooting on site. And they're hitting on a 5, and so they get my Partisans, and I don't know if it's HA3 or HA4 template, I have to see, but he gets a bunch of guys, and I think I should have rolled for light cover because he's shooting directly, but I think I forgot that. So these guys, I don't think they're down because Reiner just does something. He says, I think he advanced. And he's putting fire on these guys, again, just pinning them up. 2 6s. I don't know, I think he hits them. Just very brutal. Then double LMG from the Russian comes around, shooting these guys. Yeah, let me know. Like these guys are inexperienced, and I think they are just hitting on 6s because they have a pin. They're inexperienced, but Reiner manages to do so. So these guys get pinned up from the Russians and I will pin them back. So it's just shooting, suppressing fire, trying to keep the Allied boxed in so that they cannot move. But yeah, they're trying the best. And let me know, the BAR does not benefit from the US rifle fire. You cannot put your extra rifle fire on the BAR, I think. Yeah. So they are trying to shoot up the Italian infiltrator. This one was the guy, the artillery observer, and he's now just providing fire with his rifle. Maybe I would have hit this guy, but yeah, Reiner's using everything he has. And then it's the very important move of the game. I roll for morale, and from outflank it's now turn 3, and the truck is unexperienced or inexperienced, and there's an officer inside it, so the truck inexperienced is an 8. I'm coming from reserves or from outflank, but the Partisans have behind enemy lines, they don't get a minus for that. Then I roll a 9. So I would fail, but because I have an officer inside of the truck, it's a 10 and I pass. And so I advance 10 inches in. I park the truck out of line of sight from the enemy troops, and I will now disembark my Partisans with 6 LMGs and 1 rifle into point blank of this regular rifle squad, and I will just claim dice. And as you can see in a second, I will, yeah, it hits. Only these 2 do not hit, and then I roll for wounds, or I think maybe this is rolling for wounds. And yeah, they're pretty much dead. No cover for them. And then it's round 4. And the Italians activate. They fire. They, I think, put a pin on these guys. Not much. They want to cross over, but they cannot cross here. And then I pick a dice and I activate here, because if I can activate I snap 2 with these 2 guys, with the officer and the one last guy near the US Ranger, and I'm everything but a 12 will do the job, because like this guy is a veteran. He has a pin, so it's a 9, and then +2 from the officer that is standing right here, and I roll a 12. I roll a foobar. Yeah, and what can I say? Like, that's just it. And then I roll friendly fire, and Berkan, like the Allied forces, just take that guy and shoot my officer, and I lose a dice. But I get the next dice and I start the retaliation, and I advance again, and I take another American dice, and now yeah, we're trying to get a few dices out of the back. The Italian sniper shoots. I hope this time he manages to land the shot, but he doesn't. He doesn't. This guy wants to activate, but he rolls a 12 because inside of that troop they had a pin and they went down with just one pin. I fire at the transport and put another pin on the transport and everything within it. These guys fire also and put a pin on the LMG squad or the 7-man squad because I don't want them to move. And then the howitzer, yeah, tries again to vaporize the Ethiopian troops. We'll see if he can do it, but he can't. I think he doesn't hit or they go down. And then these guys activate, but they go down with just one pin. Yeah, and now everything the Russians have is shifting towards this flank. I thought I could take these guys and run maybe the whole back line and clean it up, or clean up here and then go towards the mission marker down here, but now everything that is here is concentrating on my partisan veterans, but maybe that's not too bad because now I get fire support by the Ethiopian troops and now everything is running, shooting, and I'm just taking shots and pins. As you can see, I got 2 pins. My transport backed up and my officer went down. I have a plan with them. I want to go to the mission marker number 1, and then it's turn 5. And turn 5, Berkan takes 2 dice, snaps 2s, and I go down. I'm just trying to tank as many shots as I can. I think this guy is in point blank, but the rest I can just tank it with my 5 up to wound from the veteran and the down order. And as you can see, I'm just getting pins, but my guys are surviving, so they're kind of tanking fire and taking the heat, and that's good because that allows the other troops to do what they want to do. But again, 5 pins, and yeah, they're just taking it here. An officer again. It's also like, yeah, just a lot of activations here, advancing, shooting, and this is the mission marker. Like the truck wants to go there, and I'm giving them fire support. But yeah, my guys are getting pinned out, are getting hosed into point blank, and it's looking pretty grim for them. It's looking pretty grim. But as you can see, I'm surviving. I'm pretty lucky. He doesn't get me. Like I got 7 pins, but my guys are still standing, and that's good. So around down here, I guess I got a couple of pins. The Americans have a couple of pins, but here is the mission marker, so they are holding it right now. And then I advance with my truck, and I do a run order with my officer. I'm holding this now, and sure, he's a bit of a target, but we'll see. So the Italian sniper fires again, and this time he gets Winters right where, yeah, he gets him. He's out, and now we're in turn 6. And so each of us has a mission marker. We have both the same killed dice, and my guys are getting pummeled again and again. Complete hate, but that allows me to kind of take the truck and block the line of sight or create some cover. Man, if I would have had 2 trucks, I just would have blocked the whole street here so that the enemy cannot reach this mission marker. And my officer is kind of trying to hide behind it, but as you can see, here is a guy taking aim at here a guy could take aim at him, and yeah, it's pretty hard, but these guys are taking the heat. Now one, I don't know, we'll see how many they have, like 8 pins, and in a second they will have 10 pins. They cannot be killed, but the enemy sure as hell tries to. But yeah, I think I don't need to count. I think this looks like 10 pins, like 5, 5, yeah, 10 pins. So now they flee, they lose their nerves. These two guys are just running. And yeah, they get a promotion and they will be there in the truck in the next game. Hopefully with air support and a few Piats and other beautiful stuff to wreck. Maybe a flamer to deal with this guy. And as you can see, now we're moving out. Now that it's the last turn, the Ethiopian troops are running towards this mission marker, claiming it. And I think I should have run also towards the mission marker just to make sure, because like maybe the howitzer shoots at this guy or a mortar and then they could flee and we don't hold it. I think my officer got shot, so at least it took one for the team, but I get kind of greedy, but I also think, yeah, maybe I can do something good, and I deliver a pin and maybe a kill to these guys. And the Italians, the black shirt lieutenant is running towards the bridge. Within 3 inches, he's holding the mission marker, and now the Russian transport with the LMG is trying to put a few pins on these guys. The howitzer is dialing in on the Ethiopian troops, and he gets hit. He gets the hit, and a lot of dudes die. And then we also recall that because this guy is shooting directly, and here there's some hard and soft cover in between, they get soft and hard cover. I think they get soft cover. And Reiner manages to save a few, and so yeah, they with 5 pins they just stand there. Otherwise they would have run, but as you can see, they now have 2 kill points more than we have. But yeah, we have 1, 2, so we have 6 points more. But now he takes his officer and runs towards the bridge too, so he's contesting. At this point, I want to point out that he lost the officer here, so they had a pin, and then they have -1 morale. So if they are regular, which is a 9, they can only move on a 7. So keep that in mind. If you shoot an officer, mark that so that you don't forget that. And then here on this part, nothing we can do. Like the Rangers are down, my men are down, but he's touching the mission, and so the Axis defend Brigge, and because they have 2 missions and we have just 1, and then they have also 2 kill points more, so it's a pretty close. Yeah, and the bridge is contested, so it's a 1 mission marker for each, so 3 points, and then you can see the kill points in a second, or maybe the kill points are here. Yeah, it's like they have 2 more, and so these 2 more kill dice give them the victory over us, and it was a pretty fun game, and we had tons of fun. And yeah, paint your minis, have great games with friends, learn the rules, enjoy the game. We see us in the next battle report. See ya.